Hey, 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 hey. ¿Cómo te llamas? 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 Hey. ¿Cómo te llamas? 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 Me llamo Jessica. Yo soy Jessica. Mi nombre es Jessica. Yo soy Jessica. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Hey. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Hey, what is your name? Ooh, ooh. ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Ooh, you, ooh. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Hey, hey, ¿cómo te llamas? 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 Hey, 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 hey. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo se llama usted? One is informal, otro es formal. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Hey, ¿cómo se llama usted? Hey, ¿cómo se llama usted? Hey, 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 hey. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Tú. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Tú. ¿Cómo te llamas? 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 ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Hey, hey, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? Hey, ¿cómo te llamas? Me llamo Jessica. Hey, mi nombre es Jessica. Jessica Feliz, Jessie Feliz, mi nombre. Hey, hey, ¿cómo te llamas tú? Tú, you. Hey, ¿cómo te llamas tú? You, tú. Mi nombre es, hey, yo soy, hey, mi nombre es, hey, yo soy, hey, hey. Sometimes you gotta dust off the haters. Don't matter if you got 4 years. Tú, si tú tienes 4 años, o 14, o 24, o 44, 74, 55, 54. Don't matter how old you are, the haters are there. Dust them off that negative energy. Dust it off. Hey, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Tú. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Hey, ¿cómo te llamas? Hey, ¿cómo te llamas? Hey, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Oh, if you can see my feet, I'm over here doing some salsa right now to some reggaeton. A mí me encanta. Check out some music. When you are learning another language, una cosita that you can do, and that's a throwback song. Oh, it's from Lo que pasó entre tú y yo. You can learn new vocabulary. So many things from reading. Para ustedes que son cristianos or whatever your religion may be, if you have una religion, para mí soy cristiana. And I grew up attending la iglesia, the church. And so I learned and memorized and I was exposed to a lot of verses de la Biblia. Hola, from la Biblia. Hola, Tonya. Hola. Or is that Nathaniel? Hola. No sé. But what helped me, because I already knew certain verses in la Biblia, was for me then to learn them in Spanish. I learned more about translation. I learned how certain grammatical phrases and just different expressions that you can use. I'm not saying you have to get it from la Biblia. You can get it from your favorite book. Muchos, no todos. A lot. There are a lot of books that are already translated into Espanol. Why not look at a paragraph or even una frase, sentence by sentence? And I'm not saying stress yourself out and try to read an entire novel in Spanish. That would be loco to think you can do that all right now, but you can get there and you can still extract brand new vocabulary words for yourself, and you're going to remember it because there's meaning associated with it. Like that song, that phrase, there's a phrase, it's up from Spain. It says, lo que será, será. What will be, will be. We don't speak in that way, at least in my family. What that translates to me is equivalent to is it is what it is. It's the same thing. It will what shall be. That's what shall be will be. We know what that means, but translate that, take it there, process it, make it make sense to me. Oh, it is what it is. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. I learned that phrase from the song we were just listening to. The name of the song is this instrumental. Daddy Yankee. Hey, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Now, you know I take songs and I change the lyrics. But the name of the song, which it's a good reggaeton song. ¿Cómo te, I'm so used to the Spanish, my version, but the Spanish teacher version. Hey, you can dance in your chair. You can do salsa from your chair. You can go left and right. Move my legs and right. Do it now. Left and right. We're gonna do the Cuban part. You do a triple step. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, you can have fun in the sun, even if it's raining outside. But the name of that song is Lo que pasó, pasó, which means what went down, it already went down. It is what it is. Lo que pasó, pasó. Ya, pasó. It's in the past. You know, it is what it is. I learned that from listening to music. You can pick up additional phrases. So whatever you're into, even if you like to watch películas, movies, hola, 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 familia rock, pura vida. If you like to watch certain movies or video games, change the language to Spanish. You can pick up additional phrases. ¿Por qué no? Why not? When you're studying a language, it's so good. Also, TV shows, movies, libros, books, different things. Hola, Leon. Hola, Franco. Franco. Mucho tiempo sin verte. Espero que toda tu familia esté bien, Franco. Hola, Leon. We got Leon in the house. I think that's Nathaniel. We got Franco. And más amigos. Hola y pura vida. Miss you all muchísimo. I hope that everyone's in a good place and space and being healthy. Remember, hay que lavarse la mano por 20 segundos, 20 seconds. And the way you can remember, because you may say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like my 5.5-year-old goes. But instead of doing that, you can simply say, sing the birthday song twice, or el abecedario, the alphabet song in its entirety. Okay, vamos a continuar. Yo estaba tocando esta canción because I love using la versión instrumental de la canción de Daddy Yankee. Se llama Lo que pasó, pasó, to reinforce cómo te llamas. Repitan, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Okay, we went over this. Here's our processing paper from ayer. If you weren't with us, hola. If you weren't with us, hopefully you can start with us today. Processing paper. You will not be turning this into me for any of my MHT amazing students. Hola. But this is just to help you process. I made an analogy in an earlier class today about I need to get me a permanent marker because all over here I have a lot. Tengo un montón. Look, this marker right here. And this is me. This is me. This is not my daughter. I don't even know where the lid is. Oh, aquí está. Because I like my markers and I do not like wasting things. So, para toparlo. Okay, bueno, so it doesn't dry out. So, I have a whole bunch of markers. ¿Sí? ¿Cuántos marcadores tengo yo? Nos vamos a contar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hay más. 7, 8. Y también yo tengo otro paquete de marcadores. Hay 9. En total, de nuevo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ok. Y también tengo más marcadores por todo lado, all over the place. So, tengo 9 marcadores y todos estos son washable markers. Washable. None of these, ninguno, is permanent. So, I could get this off my clothes. If I had like a wipe, I probably could use a baby wipe or a Lysol wipe to get it off something. Definitely clothing, I can wash it out. It can come off my skin. But when you have a permanent marker, ¿Qué pasa? What happens? It's not so easily removed. Some things, like you make an error with a permanent marker, and it's just like there. So it's the same concept when learning a language or learning any subject that you're studying. Practice does not yield perfection because we're all imperfectly human, right? We make errores. He who was the first to say he did wrong, or she, be the first to cast the stone. Who's throwing any stones? I hope none of us are, because I know I've done wrong. I know I do wrong. And sometimes I know I'm going to do wrong in the future too. So judge not. That's for the Most High to do. But with your practice, like a permanent marker, unlike all of these washable marcadores que tengo yo, your practicing yields permanence. It's going to carve out a space on a mental level in your brain where it's like second nature, and you won't even be realizing it. You'll be going back and forth speaking English, Spanish, Inglés, Español, and then you'll start saying words, and then people are like, wait a minute, you just said that in Spanish to me. You're like, I did? Because your brain is like lifting all these pesos, all these linguistic weights, and it really is an amazing thing. So continue that language. So that's why we practice, even though I already know this, I already did this. Practice makes permanence. So the concept that we had yesterday that we'll briefly touch now before we move on to a new concept. Just our recap, because it's our 6th grade plus group. I know you all can handle multiple teams in the same session. Repitan, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo? You see that? Oh, ¿cómo? I always tell people when you're first learning to read Spanish, when you see that acento, it may be easier for you to dip your head, but no one that speaks Spanish is walking around, ¿cómo? ¿Cómo te llama? ¿Cómo se llama usted? No one's doing that. However, it's just to help you remember that you need to stress that vowel. Repitan, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Because if I stressed it and put the accent mark here, it would be, ¿cómo te llamas? That's not how you say it. Diga, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Or if you want to be más respetuoso, show more respect to your elders or people who are older than you, at job interview, things like that, you would say, ¿cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? That means, what is your name? Los dos. Both questions, ¿cómo te llamas? Versus ¿cómo se llama usted? They both mean what's your name. And that's the reason why they both yield one of 3 responses. Someone asks me that's younger than me, they know I'm a teacher, maybe they say, ¿cómo se llama usted? And I would equally respond the same way if they would have said, ¿cómo te llamas? And I say, me llamo Jessica, or soy Jessica, o mi nombre es Jessica. Me llamo. Go ahead and say it and add your name. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Bueno, and remember this concepto en español. When you have 2 words, dos palabras, and the first of the 2 words ends with the same vowel as the next word, you kind of mesh them together. Kindergarten may say, mi nombre es. Put it together. Mi nombre es. That's going to make you sound more fluid. Mi nombre es. Diga, mi nombre es. Mi nombre es. Remember, and we made all these funky, cool designs to draw our attention. ¿Cómo estás? Does not equal ¿cómo te llamas? I still, gracias, León. Él escribió, me llamo Light. Muy bien. Those that can comment, give me a complete sentence. Light, hágalo de nuevo. Do it again because I want the M to be capitalized. And your name is muy importante. That's a name that your parents gave you. Capitalize that name. Every time I write Jessie or Jessica, I pay respect because that's a name that my parents gave me. And I'm named after my grandfather, Jesse Willis. Love him always. So, but just, this is what we were stressing. Please, everyone, do not say ¿cómo estás? And then think the response is what you need to give for ¿cómo te llamas? You need to etch those things in your mind. Gracias, Leon. He corrected it. Perfecto. Punto. Add that period at the end, and that's 100% fantástico. So, ¿cómo estás? Shake hands. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? Así, así. ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿O cómo te llamas? Sí, os va a decir. Sí, no, ¿cómo te llamas? Me llamo Jessica. Bueno, so vamos a continuar. We're going to continue the conversation. I'm actually going to flip my processing paper over. If you still have your Spanish cuaderno, turn the page, or if you have a new book. Perfecto. Ay, Franco. Look what Franco wrote. Mi amor, Franco. Franco escribió, and that's why I love you all putting your comments in the chat box, because this is a time for us to practice. Franco escribió, mi llamo es Frankie. Or Frankie. I call him Franco. Llamo. Remember, me llamo. Permiso, it's so rude. I got to sneeze, but I'm gonna breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Me llamo literally is translated as I call myself. So if you're going to use llamo, you just say me llamo Franco. Or what he was trying to say is mi nombre es Franco. So Frankie, you can either say me llamo Franco, or te puedes escribir o decir mi nombre es Franco. Yo lo apunto aquí. So if I'm writing and I'm speaking like Franco, me llamo Frankie, con period, or mi nombre es Frankie. Bueno, ok, vamos a continuar. Super bien, I love the comentario. Tranquila, tranquila. But Frankie, ahora me entiende? ¿Me entiende ahora, Frankie? You understand what I'm saying? Me llamo Frankie, or to put it, or mi nombre es Frankie. Pero está bien, that's why we're here para revisar. Hopefully you got that. Okay, bueno, vamos a continuar. So, we're on our new side of el papel en blanco. Okay, and there's no judgment. Bueno, or tú puedes decir mi nombre es like. You can say me llamo Jessica. Mi nombre es Jessica. Soy means I am. Soy Jessica. Gracias. Frankie gives me thumbs up. El dedo grande para arriba. Bueno, vamos a continuar. Okay, the new phrase or phrases for today, we're building on this conversation. We can greet someone. Hola, buenos días. Good morning. Hola, buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? Or more formally, ¿cómo está usted? ¿Cómo estás? Bien. Estoy feliz. Gracias. Okay, ¿cómo te llamas? Pablo. Oh, mucho gusto. Me llamo Jessica. Oh, before we move on, turn this back over. Turn it back over. Don't go to the new side yet. Turn it back over. I want to make sure we go over that phrase. There's different ways to say nice to meet you. Okay? But we want to definitely say no, at least one of them. So once you're having this conversation, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien. ¿Y tú? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo Jessica. ¿Y tú? Soy Jessina. Hola, Jessina. Now, it's kind of rude before we move on to our next question if we don't say nice to meet you. If you're meeting someone por la primera vez, right? So the way we say nice to meet you is, who remembers? If you remember it while I'm writing it down, please add it to the comment box. And there are different ways. Hay maneras diferentes, but we're going to go over one phrase right now. Anyone remember how to say nice to meet you? Hey, I got to do Millie Rock. Hey, I see that Leon remembers. Él lo sabe. The way we say nice to meet you after you said, ¿cómo te llamas? Me llamo Jessica. ¿Y tú? O me llamo Lorenzo. Bueno, mucho gusto. There's other ways, but this is... Oh, yeah, we did do the finger presentation. We have to make some more. I'm going to have to make some more deditos. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Gracias. Oh, I love you bringing back that good memory. Here we go. Mucho gusto. Shake my hand. Nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Write that down. Muy bien. Mucho gusto. Nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. And again, I would feel a little bit awkward. I don't know how about you, But if I'm meeting someone, we're having this conversation. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien. ¿Y tú? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Cómo te llamas? Soy Pablo. Hola, Pablo. Soy Jessica. Mucho gusto. So I just said to him, mucho gusto. But then if I just say mucho gusto, and then he's just like, I'm thinking, are you, is it, are you not happy that you're meeting me? So when someone says mucho gusto, say it with me. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. Literally, much pleasure. It's so much pleasure to meet you. Nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Or in Swahili, Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Mucho gusto. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Mucho gusto. Then it will be really awkward if you didn't say back to them. Repitan. Igualmente. 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 That means nice to meet you too. Same here. Ditto. Same here. Igualmente. Now we can finish the conversation with Pablo. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, ¿y tú? Así, 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 así. Bueno, ¿cómo te llamas? Me llamo Pablo. ¿Y tú? Mi nombre es Jessica. Mucho gusto. Igualmente. Right? Right there. Okay? Awesome. Okay. Oh, yes, that is what we remember. Igualmente. So remember when you say mucho gusto, igualmente. You can also say encantado, encantada, es un placer. Hay más frases, but your go-to phrase, mucho gusto, igualmente. Mucho gusto, igualmente. Bueno, okay, fantástico. So let's add that to our processing paper. Okay, we got 8 minutos más, nos falta. I believe that we can still get to the next part. So I'm going to add mucho gusto. And after I write mucho gusto, I'm going to draw the arrow because that means, hey, after es cantado, encantado. Oh, encantado. Good job. But let me make sure I have this up for people to write igualmente. Good ears. Encantado. Really good ears. Not con. Encantado. Or for a female, encantada. I'm writing in the chat. That literally means enchanted. That's where it's similar. Encantado, enchanted. But that's another way of saying mucho gusto. Like, oh, I'm encantada. I'm really bien encantada. I'm so enchanted by meeting you. Your presence, your energy. Encantado. Encantado. For a male, encantado. Imagine, or we could say this right here. I'm going to really try to do this where I rip it off without ripping my skin. Let's see if this works. Because Pablo, I mean, was it Pablo? Yeah, Pablo was acting a little bourgeoisie. We're going to get somebody else. Yes, if you need to write that in your processing paper, please write that down. Next week, everyone, all my MHC people, next week we'll have our own private chat room where we can directly interact with one another. But this is just me showing you how I process. Let me write igualmente before I forget. So let's just make sure this doesn't hurt too bad. Oh, okay. Don't worry about the processing paper, Franco. We started our processing papers using your notebook. Oh, I don't think his mustache is that high. We'll get to it a little bit later. It's a little bit better. Okay, so don't worry. Tranquila. Okay. So here we go. Hola. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Bien. ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. Okay. Yo también estoy bien. Bueno. ¿Cómo te llamas? As the slick guy is getting his phone out ready to get that número de teléfono. ¿Cómo te llamas? Oh, ¿estás en Instagram? Are you on Instagram? ¿Tiene Instagram? um, ¿Cómo te llamas? Te busco en Instagram. ¿Cómo te llamas? He's like stalking you at this point. And now she's thinking, do I give him my real phone number? I mean, my real name, or should I just like give him a fake name? Fake name, fake name. It looks kind of weird. His mustache keeps moving. Mi nombre es Melissa. ¿Tienes Instagram? No. ¿No tienes Instagram? No. Okay. Mucho gusto. I really am not happy that I'm meeting him, but let me not be rude. Igualmente. Okay, tengo que irme. Ciao. And she ran away. I'll find that Melissa on Instagram. You just wait. So, what does mucho gusto? Please don't be the creepy guy with this mustache, okay? Don't be this person, okay? ¿Qué significa mucho gusto? Nice to meet you. And to show respect back, you say igualmente. One more time. Mucho gusto. Igualmente. Perfecto. Okay, now we can turn the papelito de otro lado to the other side. Okay. And we're just going to add, oh, sí, mucho gusto. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Buenísimo. Okay. So the new phrase we're going to go over is when you meet someone, we got 3 minutes, so we're going to move it on. When you meet someone, you know, you're continuing this conversation. Imagine that Melissa, we don't know what her real name was because she didn't want to let stalker, I forgot what his name was. Was he Pablo or Manuel? She didn't want to let stalker mustache guy, right? Get to know too much about her. But let's just say it was a positive situation between, we're going to have to call him let's call him Mario. Mario, okay. We got a positive situation between, okay, Pablo. Leon saying Pablo. We got a positive situation between Pablo y ella. And they're continuing on. Maybe this time Pablo got his life together, you know, and he's not trying to stalk someone on Instagram who's not trying to be found on Instagram. They're continuing the conversation. It may be the first time you're meeting someone to say, or you want Mario. I don't know. Pablo saying, Leon saying Pablo, then Frankie saying Mario. We'll go with Mario. Maybe he's Italiano that speaks Spanish too. Okay, and he just happens to be a plumber. Ah, did you get that reference? I need that. Choom, choom. Didn't land well. I got to get my bongos for that. Still didn't land well. Anyway, now you want to ask each other the next question. And that question is right here. Oh, Nathaniel suggesting that we do Gary. So now we have a guy named Gary trying to talk to some girl named Melissa. Okay, Gary. Okay, here we go. So the next question is, ¿de dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? Few things about pronunciation. We have first the accent mark, right? So I need to stress the O. ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde? ¿De dónde? Not donde. ¿Dónde? ¿De dónde? And I'm going to also put a little underneath la ere, underneath the R, because la ere, R between two vowels, kind of slightly sounds like a D. So this is not eres. There's no r. There's no r in Spanish. It's like eres. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? And you have different ways of responding, but a quick and easy way to respond and everyone will understand you is Soy de, and then the name of your city, tu ciudad, tu estado. Detroit, muy bien. Leon already knew what it meant. Él escribió de toi. He already wrote Detroit. You can do your city. You can do your state, your country, your continent. Sometimes your continent. You can even do the planet for those that are not from La Tierra, the earth, okay? If you are from Marte, from Mars, you probably would not say soy de la tierra. I'm from the earth, okay? But wherever you're from, and we judge not. Oh, thank you. He is from earth. Thank you. So we close it, but we still say peace to everyone. Someone's from Tennessee, Frankie. Muy super bien. So that doesn't change. Soy de that place. Soy de Detroit. Soy de Detroit. Now, the other thing is you can also, oh, someone is now from Mars. Okay, great. Excelente. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can state your nationality, right? So, because soy means I am, de means from. From where are you? That sounds weird. It translates to from whence you come. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe that's not Nathaniel. It's an inside joke because he likes a lot of Star Wars and Star Trek. And so we do like that, you know. That means hello. So if that's not Nathaniel, I take it back. The intergalactic alien system. Yes, it means hello. Bueno. Okay, so you can also just state your nationality. Now, people have heard the phrase Americano or Americana for American. Be mindful that you might offend some people because there's other parts of America. You know, we have America del Norte, America Central, Pura Vida de Costa Rica. You have America del Sur. So you can say soy americana or soy de America, but just know that there's another way you can say it, which is estadounidense. Soy estadounidense, which means I'm a U.S. citizen. Soy estadounidense. Soy estadounidense. Soy estadounidense. Estadounidense. Soy estadounidense. Okay? That's true. You could say soy de buena pregunta. Yo puedo decir soy de América. Or soy de América del Norte. Soy norteamericana. That's another one. I'm North American. I use that phrase a lot just on the strength. I don't always want to say soy americana because I might offend someone. I've had that experience where I was in America Central and when I was much younger and I said soy americana, and then the person said, well, todos nosotros somos americanos porque es America Central. And I'm like, tiene razón. You're right. I'm not about to go back and forth with anyone. So I can also say, ¿qué dijo Franco? I can also say soy norteamericano for male or americana. Soy norteamericano. Soy norteamericana. You can again also say soy americano, americana. You just want to fill out your audience. You want to be respetuoso, you know, and just know what you know. Be proud of where you're from. De dónde eres? Say it with me. De dónde eres? Where are you from? De dónde eres? Soy americana. Soy norteamericana. Soy de Detroit, Michigan. Okay, soy de Detroit. So you have different phrases. Soy de Southfield. Soy de Inkster. Soy de Tennessee. Soy de Earth. You know, soy de Norte. What? Norteamericano. Norteamericano or americana. Now, make sure when you say estadounidense or cuando tú dices americano or norteamericano, that's true too. Leon, tú vienes de tu mamá. You would say soy and then just that adjective. But if you're using the actual location, you would have to say soy de Michigan, not soy de Michigander. If anything, I'll be soy Michiganista. I don't know if to work on that word. Okay. Bueno. Ok, nos vemos mañana. Y para todos mis estudiantes de MHT, just know starting next week, I emailed sus padres. We will meet, nos vamos a reunir en una clase separada. Sixth grade will have una clase, los de seventh grade y los de octavo grado will have su clase propia. Okay, but for the rest of esta semana vamos a seguir reuniéndonos por YouTube. Ciao, adiós, have a wonderful day.